Hey, good morning, everyone. This is Francis. I just made a short video and posted it on Facebook about my new vanilla tea recipe. See, I'm still sipping on my creamy vanilla tea. Okay, 1 teaspoon of frosting in a cup of boiling water. Stir it real good and mmm, delicious. Anyway, the reason I had this was open because I made a yellow cake yesterday in a new pan that was given to me on Sunday. And the cake didn't turn out so good. I put it in for, for 34, it said 34 to 38 minutes. And so after 34 minutes, opened the oven and I dropped a toothpick in the middle, like it said, and it came out clear. So I pulled the pan out. I don't want to overcook it. It started to smell like it was burning. And I guess the bottom of the cake burned a little bit, so I may have to go a little shorter on the time next time, maybe 30. But the directions on the box, are close. But I guess it depends on your oven. And I had it on the top rack, like in the middle of the oven. But anyways, after I pulled the pan out, the cake kind of shrunk. It went like it dropped at least half an inch, from top, and then it was shorter on the sides. And I'm like, oh man, I can't, bring this to church, or so. So, anyways, I put a light layer of frosting. I let it cool, and then I flipped it over and put it in a different pan, and then I frosted the bottom that was a little on the dark side. So I used a little bit of this. So this morning I said, maybe I'll try some of this instead of honey for tea. It tastes pretty good. And I got this at like a Family Dollar. I think it was $2 for this. Okay, so I could make many cups of tea with using 1 tablespoon of this. This would, I don't know, I'd have to look it up, but probably about 4 cents a cup, right? Anyway, well, that's kind of what I wasn't going to talk about. But anyways, gee, I made a 3-minute video out of the other one. But anyway, so what did I really want to talk about here? Oh, this is one of Fran-Sez's. This comes free in a flyer, newspaper flyer that comes around. Guess what? This is what Fran-Sez likes to do. I used to get books with 500 of these in there, and I'd do a couple a day. So I really like, I think the Sudoku, something like that. I don't know, but I'm good at it. The ones that are really hard, I have trouble doing. Okay, but that's not why I'm making this video. Okay, folks. Okay. Uh, 2 weeks ago, I think, a week or two ago, um, I got some new sheets and all season blankets. Very thin blanket. It's not really heavy. New Englanders would need to put an extra blanket. But since I live in Florida, I just need to be covered, okay? So, anyways, I've been cold recently. I've had to run the heat at night because it gets down in the 30s and 40s outside. And so it's been very cold and rainy out. So it took me, yesterday I did laundry, okay? So I did my bras. Well, see, I'm not wearing one yet this morning, but did my bras, and then I bought one of those zippered mesh. It's called like a lingerie bag. Yeah, lingerie. So you throw all your bras in here. So that way, the hooks, and I usually hook the bras too beforehand. You throw that bag in with all your panties and all your other stuff and wash them cold water on a gentle cycle. And all the stuff that's got spandex in it that you don't want to go in a dryer, you just take that bag out, and I put it in my blue wagon. See, I got a big blue basket on wheels. That's what I push that to the laundry, okay, because it can hold like 3 loads. Well, anyways, I finally got washed the sheets and the blanket, pillowcases, and also I bought a new towel set, plum or purple color. Anyways, I put the brand new clean laundered sheets on my bed last night with the blanket. Oh, I slept so much better. I mean, no drafts, nothing cold. I just wore this all night. I didn't have to wear a sweatshirt or anything. And once you get under that sheet, top sheet, and the thin blanket, it just holds the heat in. So actually, I was running the heat maybe 3 or 4 degrees lower last night than I have been. So actually, I think, excuse me, the blanket and sheet set is going to pay for itself because I'm going to save that much in electric heat this winter. So anyways, and the sheets were so silky and smooth, and oh man, I mean, I felt like I was sleeping on a cloud last night. I ain't kidding you. And I kind of slept in like 1.5 to 2 hour segments. And I had the radio going all night, but I missed a lot of the talk show. I mean, I'd be laying there in bed and listening, and within 5 or 10 minutes, I'd doze off, and I'd wake up 2 hours later, and then I have to use the bathroom and everything. So, but anyways, that's a different subject. But but I slept so good last night. I think it was the best sleep I've had in as long back as I can remember. I cannot remember ever having such a warm, comfortable sleep night. I mean, it was great. I feel great this morning. I feel even better after having I'm going to have another cup of this. Oh, and I got up at it's almost 8:15. I got up at like 7 o'clock. And it's almost done cooking, but I just boiled a pound of grass-fed beef heart, and I got a chopped onion and some garlic in there, and turmeric, black pepper. I sprinkle a little bit of what's that? Curry powder in there. Curry powder's got a lot of good ingredients in there, besides the turmeric. So I don't put a lot of curry powder. I don't like real strong curry flavor, but I like a little bit. And then as the beef heart was thawing and cooking, at a certain point you take a fork and you pick out the pieces because it's sliced before it's frozen, and then I cut them up in little chunks, and but nothing tastes better than beef heart chunks. As I cut them up, the strips, the best meatiest part of the beef heart slice, you slice that, and it's still like a little, it's not rare, but it's like a medium steak, and a little bit of blood runs out, hot blood, whatever. But oh, it is so delicious. Nothing, no part of the animal, the beef animal, tastes as good as a perfectly boiled slice of beef heart. Oh my God, it's delicious. And beef heart, I know some of you people are going, ugh, but it doesn't taste like liver at all. Okay, it does. It's a totally different taste. And you know what? That's the problem with our country. A lot of people that get away from organ meats. But you know what? You're eating it whether you know it or not, because all that stuff that doesn't get sold, when they slaughter an animal, that goes in the hot dogs, folks. Okay, what do you think? They're not going to throw it away. You know, they may not put. They probably don't put the liver in beef franks because it would taste like liverwurst. But but you know they sell liver in the store. A lot of people buy it. I never buy liver, mostly because I really don't like liver. You know, so if you don't like liver and you've never tried beef heart, you ought to get it. And what's great about it too, I get the grass-fed beef, and to me the heart is the most valuable muscle on the animal. And beef heart's high in magnesium, which your body needs a lot of, especially your heart. Makes sense, don't it? So you know, I've been eating beef heart now for a couple of years. I don't eat it every day, but maybe once a month I'll pick up 2 or 3 pounds of frozen beef heart and then bring it home, throw it in the freezer. And then, you know, maybe 1 week a month I'll have beef heart like 2 or 3 times during the course of the week. And, you know what? I would eat it more often if I went to that market more often. I'd probably buy it every time I went there, but I only go there about once a month. So they don't sell beef heart in most of the supermarkets. But if you go to a butcher shop, they might have it. Okay, so. But I get the grass-fed beef kind, and I usually, if I buy beef, I get the grass-fed ground beef because that's better for you than the Angus beef is corn-fed, and it has a different flavor. I can tell the difference between corn-fed. I mean, it still tastes good. I'm not saying it tastes bad, but grass-fed animals, the meat is much more nutritious for our body than the Angus beef or corn-fed. Okay, so just a little tip. But I've put a lot of restrictions on my diet. I'm not saying I never eat beef that's grass-fed. I mean, corn-fed. Because if you go to a buffet and you have any beef, or you go to any restaurant, that's what you're going to get. Okay, but I just don't buy it. I very rarely buy it. And you know, I used to buy hot dogs or beef franks once in a while, but I stopped eating that. You know, every once in a while, I'll, you know, get a package of hot dogs, but generally I don't eat that stuff anymore. And it's mostly because of all the chemicals they put in there. So, anyways. Well, hey, the whole point of this video was to tell you about how wonderfully I slept last night. Warm and cozy in my new plum colored sheets with a purple or plum all season blanket. And I'll tell you, it was a wonderful thing. Oh, I got new, and it's got a matching. It was a queen set, and I got 2 pillowcases. Okay, I only have 1 pillow, so I just use 1 pillowcase at a time. But oh, it was a great night's sleep. So, anyways, so much for that. 14 minutes. I think I chewed your ear off enough. So, anyways, Fran-Sez has to go food shopping this morning. Oh, I yawn a lot. Okay. Well, anyways, see you around. See if you're around Jacksonville. I might go out for a beer. Today's Tuesday, right? Yeah. Yesterday I went. I still have more laundry to do, but my legs hurt really bad, and it was cold in the laundry yesterday. It was a good breeze. And they don't heat the laundry building, and the doors open and the wind goes by. So I had I had my hoodie on, and it was rather chilly in there. So I'm not going in there. You know, we're getting a nor'easter here, but we're getting like all that cold air uh, coming out of the northeast. That's why our temperatures are lower. So we're not getting any of the snow. That's getting all dumped in the New England, Massachusetts, Connecticut, New York, Maine, New Hampshire area. But we're getting colder air. The air is coming. The air mass going by New England is pushing the cold down to Florida. So we are experiencing, 20 to 30 mile an hour winds and cold air. So we're getting some of what you're getting up there. So thank you. Only thing is, there ain't any of that white stuff flying around, okay? Okay, well, I hope you have a shovel. Bye.